There is a moment in life when the universe becomes completely silent, right before your greatest potential tries to speak. Most people never notice this moment, but you did, and that is why you're here. Hello, I am your advisor, Napoleon Hill, and today we will talk about something the world rarely admits, the invisible force that makes people fail long before their journey even begins. It is not fate. It is not lack of talent. It is something far more subtle, operating inside the mind, shaping thoughts, weakening conviction, and quietly rewriting your destiny without your permission. What you are about to hear may feel uncomfortable at first because it will confront the hidden architecture of your hesitation. But this discomfort is a signal, the exact vibration that precedes personal awakening. Once you understand how fear disguises itself as logic, how doubt manipulates your decisions, and how your subconscious creates illusions that hold you back, you will unlock a level of clarity that few ever experience. I will show you why winners begin long before they feel ready, and why this single decision has the power to transform the entire blueprint of your life. Most people do not notice how fear loves to wear a mask that looks like logic. Napoleon Hill explained that when someone says things like, "I am not ready yet," or "this is not the right moment," what they are really experiencing is fear pretending to be rational thinking. The subconscious mind creates these polished excuses to protect a person from discomfort. And because this fear speaks softly, almost politely, it fools even those who believe they have a strong mindset of success. It is like watching someone stand in front of an open door, convinced it's locked, simply because the handle feels cold. Hill argued that this is one of the greatest illusions holding people back. They confuse analysis with paralysis, caution with avoidance, and planning with procrastination. People with a genuine success mindset know that waiting too long makes the inner voice lose momentum. The truth is simple. Every time fear disguises itself as logic, a person gives up a little more of their own power. When I discovered this in my own journey, it changed everything. I realized how often I mistaken fear for discipline or hesitation for wisdom. Maybe the viewer has felt this too. That strange feeling of waiting for a sign or a perfect condition before acting. But universal laws respond to action, not hesitation. To awaken personal growth, one must see through the excuses created by the mind. And just when someone begins to notice this silent mechanism, another, even more powerful enemy enters the scene. Hill often said that doubt is far more destructive than failure. Failure teaches, doubt freezes. It is the silent force that stops a person before the journey even begins, draining their energy and weakening their ability to trust their own potential. When a person allows this inner voice to question their worth, they lose the spark needed to activate motivation, discipline, and a true growth mindset. It is like watching someone stand at the starting line of their dream, but instead of taking the first step, they start imagining everything that could go wrong. Doubt paints scary scenarios, convincing the person that they are not capable enough, not smart enough, or not lucky enough. It blocks the power of the mind and shuts down the subconscious belief that success is even possible. This is what Napoleon Hill meant when he said that doubt kills more dreams than any obstacle on the path. When I discovered how doubt works inside the mind, it felt like finding a hidden secret behind years of hesitation. It made me realize that most limitations come from within, not from the world outside. And once someone begins to challenge those internal voices, everything shifts. But before this transformation can happen, they must understand another habit that almost everyone has, waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives. Most people live inside a silent illusion, the belief that one day everything will line up perfectly. They wait for more time, more money, more clarity, more motivation, as if the universe were preparing a special invitation for them. Hill explained that this habit is one of the most subtle traps of the subconscious mind. The mind convinces itself that it is being strategic, when in truth it is avoiding the discomfort of beginning. Imagine someone holding a seed in the palm of their hand, staring at it for years, waiting for the exact temperature, the perfect soil, and the ideal season to plant it. Meanwhile, others plant imperfectly, learn from the soil, adjust their methods, and eventually harvest abundance. That is why Hill insisted that winners begin before they feel ready. They trust the power of action, understanding that movement creates clarity, and clarity builds discipline. When people awaken to this truth, they realize how many dreams were delayed by the illusion of the perfect moment. Action generates momentum, momentum shapes confidence, and confidence unlocks the hidden potential waiting inside the mind. And once someone sees how this pattern works, they begin to confront another force that silently shapes their destiny: the lack of clarity about what they truly want. Hill often said that 98% of people do not have a clear goal, and this simple truth explains why so many feel lost before they even begin. When the mind doesn't know what it is aiming for, it can't activate the subconscious power that drives motivation and discipline. A person without direction walks through life reacting instead of creating, drifting instead of building. And drifting, as Hill warned, is the fastest path to regret. Think of clarity like a lighthouse. Without it, the mind becomes a storm of thoughts, doubts, and conflicting desires. Confusion turns to hesitation, hesitation turns to inaction, and eventually inaction becomes a habit that shapes someone's identity. This is why people convince themselves that they lack talent or resources, when the truth is simpler: they lack vision. A clear objective unlocks focus, and focus fuels the energy and vibration needed to pursue success. When someone finally sits down and defines what they want, a shift happens. The subconscious mind begins to respond, opportunities feel closer, and decisions become easier. Clarity transforms chaos into direction, and direction becomes momentum. But even when people gain clarity, many still fall into a silent pattern that quietly destroys their potential. Many people live trapped inside a silent loop that operates beneath awareness. Hill frequently described how the mind can create a maze of doubt, hesitation, guilt, and resignation, causing a person to retreat before they even confront the real challenge. Someone starts with desire, but the spark fades the moment uncertainty appears. The momentum they once felt dissolves into hesitation, and from that point on, everything becomes heavier. Picture a wheel turning slowly downhill. Desire pushes it forward, but doubt places its hand on the rim and slows the movement. Waiting becomes the next step, almost like a pause that seems harmless at first. But soon guilt enters, whispering that too much time has passed.